Is it actually recording?
We are ready to go.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Loft. Episode 2 of the Loft. Welcome.
Episode.
Yeah, good to have you all here.
Episode.
Thanks for coming out. This is going to be a big one. A lot of news to cover, a lot of things. Jared had a wild weekend down in Texas.
Dude, did too.
Actually, let's head straight into Jared's wild weekend down in Texas, and I think it needs to start with the flight down there.
With the flight. That's true. We did go to Texas this last weekend. We went to Houston to Supercross round 1, H1. It's a ton of fun. The most exciting part actually was the flight into Dallas. Is the first one. Because we flew to Dallas and then we had a layover in Dallas and then went to Houston, which was weird. But the flight into Dallas was crazy. And I've done quite a bit of flying in my life. More so in the last couple of years.
Do you think you've flown more than the average bloke?
More than the average bloke, yes.
Okay.
And more so last year and this year, but I'm not that much of a flyer. But probably like 20, 30 flights in the last 2-3 years.
That's actually quite a bit, probably.
So it's like a decent amount with layovers. And everything. There's a lot of flying. Anyways, I've never had more of a rough landing than the one I did going into freaking Dallas Airport.
Unbelievable.
What's the abbreviation for that, by the way?
DFW, Dallas Fort Worth.
DFW. Screw that place. So this is what's happening. We're landing, and like most landings, sometimes you hit a little bit of chop, and it's like whatever,
Just
you know.
a little guy.
You get a little bit of head bounce once or twice,
Absolutely.
but nothing too crazy. This one, he gets on the intercom about 40 minutes before we land, and he goes, "There's reports of high wind. Apparently, that's common up in the air. There's a, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, typically there's.
So he's like, it's gonna be choppy. So 30 minutes out, it's choppy, and I'm like, whatever. This is normal. It's the typical." Shake. Then we get lower and lower and lower, and it does not quit. It does not stop, and it's getting like bad.
A lot of sways.
Swaying. Like it's not just like the jerks and stuff. It's like the drifting, and like you can just feel it kicking out, and it's like you're on a kayak, like water type movements.
Yeah.
It's like weird. So this is where it gets bad. So you get to where like you can start seeing the streets and the cars, and you're like pretty dang low. Like, where as a passenger, you feel like the pilot is committed to landing, and you go, okay, we're low enough, we're freaking landing.
Yeah.
And so people start to like really sit up and like get stiff and get quiet. Like everyone stops talking. And the lady 2 seats down from me is a flight attendant, apparently. She wasn't working on that flight, but she's a flight attendant. She's bent over and she's fanning herself and she's freaking out. And she's like, this is so bad. She's like, I fly into Chicago all the time in the mornings with the wind like this, and the planes are never this bad. And the lady next to me in the middle seat, like locked out, like in the seat, knowing her like this.
Just bracing
like,
for her death.
Just ready to die.
Yeah.
And like the whole time I had my headphones on for most of it. And then at one point I got curious because it was not stopping. So I take my headphones off and I'm like paying attention to this point because it's getting bad. So we get like right over the highway where it's like, I don't know, like what, 400 feet, 400 or 500 feet.
Yeah, probably lower even. It's actually,
like 300 feet.
Yeah.
It's like where we probably have 15 seconds till we land. And the plane is still just like, and like drifting. You can feel the back end of the plane like pointing, like starting to go like this number. And we're like about to land, and everybody is just like, oh my gosh, we're going to die. And so like we're shaking. The people are freaking out. Everyone's about to throw up. And then we just touch, and it's like a nice little
skirt action.
Skirt.
Yeah.
And you know when you land normally on a plane, everyone's like chit-chat, buckling way too early, flight attendants like, hey, put your seatbelts back on, we're not to the gate.
Yeah.
Like none of that. Dead silent. Everyone
just praying, actually, probably a couple of Hail Marys. Yeah.
Like everyone thought we were going to die. No one got on the speakers. Just a silent taxi for 3 minutes. No one said a word. No one moved. Everyone thought like we were going to die. No one could breathe. Everyone is like letting it out. So anyways, that was the most exciting part of the weekend, believe it or not.
Well, that's really interesting because I remember you texted me and I looked at the weather and the winds down in, where did you fly, in Dallas?
Yeah, DFW.
Yeah. It was like pretty strong. I looked, it was like 28 knots, gusting 38 or something like that, which is, in the aviation world, even for
Lewis is
commercial
a pilot,
airliners.
by the way.
Yeah. In my like rough knowledge, even for commercial airliners, that's like a pretty significant amount of wind, actually.
Yeah. You do not have to tell me twice.
Yeah.
Because I was texting you about, I'm like, dude, that was nuts. I thought we were going to die. Why didn't this guy pull up? Because even people were saying, like, this guy should pull up.
Yeah.
Like, people are commenting, the pilot does not need to land right now. I'd rather live another day than make my next flight type of deal.
But when he touched down, he nailed it.
He nailed it. He did.
Proud of
him. It was impressive. He did his part, and I'm glad he gets paid what he does because he's good at it.
Love a rush.
He
love
gave
a good rush.
us the scare of our lives, though. But yeah, aside from the racing and all that, that was a ton of fun. But like literally for a good 10 seconds, I thought I was going to be in a plane crash.
Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. I'll tell you what, from a pilot's point of view, it's always scarier as a passenger. Usually the pilot, you're up there at the helm. You can see everything. You got the control. But like as a passenger 30 rows back, yeah, I can see how you're pooping yourself.
I give people rides on my motorcycles back when I had a motorcycle. And when you're driving, you can go nuts and like you got to feel for what's going on. But passengers have no idea.
No idea. Yeah.
No idea. They're on for a ride. And that's
unbelievable.
We're on for a ride.
Well, I'm glad you made it. No, glad you made it back, and we're here to go. We're going to touch back more about the Supercross for this week because it's a little bit of a wild weekend in Supercross.
It was,
and we'll touch down on that more. We're going to head into news of the week. Now, there's been a lot happening this week in the news. A lot of big sports news.
His news sources are much different than most of ours.
A lot of big.
I don't hear anything that he talks about.
This is a lot of stuff. Now, there's been a couple of stories, two in particular, that have kind of slipped under the radar. Not a lot of people are talking about it, even though I think it's big stuff. And the first one comes from National Geographic. This one I had to do some deep diving into Apple News to get a good gist of this. But essentially, the title was very eye-catching: "Enormous pigeon-eating catfish wreaking havoc on Europe's ecosystems."
Poor Europe,
now, Jared, I know what you're thinking. Catfish are in the water, pigeons fly. I get it.
They don't mix ever.
Listen to this.
I've taken science class.
Listen to this. This is unbelievable. On a small island below the Tarn River, which I think is in France, pigeons wander about oblivious to the group of Wells catfish moving near the gravel bank. Suddenly, a fish catapulted out of the water and onto the land, snatching a pigeon in the flurry of feathers before heaving itself back into the river, bird in mouth.
So you're telling
How is this not all over the news?
You're telling me a fish can just
not only a fish, dude, but a freaking catfish
backtrack into the water.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if it's the same breed of catfish. If it's like in the bayou type of thing as in Europe. I don't know. I don't know the difference of size.
You think that would be found in like Louisiana?
But like, I mean, you're from Arkansas. What's a typical catfish?
We do not have like slithering creatures like that. We don't have land jumping catfish that can walk backwards back into water.
Okay.
After they eat a bird.
Okay. Well, but that's what it sounds like, and I don't know if in Louisiana the thing is, or in Europe they're just like a little bit like they're starting to adapt.
They're starting to adapt.
But I'm wondering, like, if it's a whole dingo ate my baby situation, and they're going to start snatching children. It's like a dog. It's like in Australia.
I just see construction workers driving dingoes. But
no, I think it's. I actually don't know where the clip comes from, but it's essentially a dingo ate my baby type of thing.
Dango.
I'm just wondering if parents are going to have to start, because I don't think a catfish can take a full. I don't think it's like a tuna fish to lion situation from the other guys.
Yeah.
But I think a catfish could eat a reasonably small sized child if he's on the shore.
That happened in Florida, actually.
Did it for real?
But with an alligator, which is a sad story. But yeah, that happened.
Wow, God, people
not a catfish. But yeah, let's watch out for catfish, folks.
Anyways, yeah, I think that's. I mean, they have like an ecologist from France that they quoted that he's never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. So, I mean,
unbelievable.
I don't know if there's necessarily a solution or what to do about it. I think just be a little bit more precautious. And what's worse is we can't even like control it. I mean, it's just wreaking havoc on the ecosystem, apparently.
Dude, I don't even know what an ecosystem is. Just kidding, I do, guys. I do. Okay. It's how the birds affect the fish.
Anyways.
And how they affect our money.
There you go. That is an ecosystem. Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. Couldn't have said it better myself, Jared.
It's an ecosystem, folks.
So I guess, I don't know if there's anything much we can do except raise awareness to be a voice of the people. So.
All right.
Okay.
Here it is on the loft. You heard it. Watch out for the catfish.
You heard it here first on the loft. National Geographic, the loft. You know. Okay.
Real quick before the next one, Sanders, can you tell us what on the back of the camera? It maxes out at 30 minutes, and you have to like reset recording. So to have like a little timer.
Yeah, you're at 10 minutes 35 seconds.
Is it counting up or down?
37 seconds.
Okay, so it's counting up.
Oh, okay. So we're
So what is it at?
10 minutes 42 seconds.
Okay, so let's say 11 minutes, and so we have 30. Okay, I don't know the math.
we'll just go at 9:30.
Then you gotta be worried.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then we'll check where we're at, and then we might have to like stop recording and start recording again.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay.
Okay. So first, that's the first big one outside of, happy MLK Day, by the way, to everybody. Okay.
That was
Second
today.
story.
No school.
No school. Second story, a little bit more peculiar, but still involving pigeons. Pigeons happen to be the mainstay of this week's news. So on BBC News, appreciate
Big week for
BBC
pigeons.
News. They've done a great job putting out articles that the people need to hear. Australia, and this is the title, Australia to kill U.S. pigeon that crossed the Pacific. This one's a wacky one. And I'm going to have to refer to my notes here to double check because there's just so many things about it. So I don't know if anybody knows this, but people apparently still race pigeons, Jared.
Like line them up and race them.
I guess it's like from point A to
Hit the
point
flag.
B. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's like a Red Bull like
Land on my
plane
arm.
race, like banking 90 degrees coming back. I don't know.
That's dope.
Apparently they do that though. So here's how the timeline of the story goes. Alabama owner from the U.S. state of
Starts in
Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama
Dude, my
flies
glasses.
to my beautiful home state of Oregon in the United States.
That is a far travel.
Far travel, but I think they did that in an aircraft. I don't think he rode the
Oh,
pigeon there.
okay. It's like
Because they flew
meet you in
because they flew
Oregon.
there. Well, right, but they flew there for the competitive
Okay.
bird race thing.
Gotcha.
Anyways, somehow the pigeon then escapes from his. I mean, I don't know if he did his own thing, didn't realize he was in a race. And then by that time, he reports the loss. The pigeon is then named Pigeon Joe. And then
They didn't want to release his real name.
is reported, and I don't even know how this information got across, but then it is reported by a resident of Melbourne, Australia, named Prison Joe. By the way, the math, that is 8,000 miles to cross from Oregon to Melbourne, Australia. Nobody knows how it got there.
Mother.
Nobody knows if it like jumped on a ship. There's no way it could have just flown there. That's unbelievable. And then the kind of the sad part is,
I gotta look something up. Keep talking.
yeah, the sad part is so first off, they haven't found it yet in Australia, to our knowledge. When the bird is caught, it's going to have to be euthanized, and here's why: biosecurity, Jared. The Australians are claiming biosecurity, which I can actually understand, because invasive species, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But I to all those viewers out in Australia, I guess just be on the lookout for Pigeon Joe.
Let me tell you something about Pigeon Joe real quick. This guy's a bad mother fricker, dude.
Nice.
Pigeons can only fly, according to Google,
Okay.
700 miles at a time.
Oh my!
This dude did
hell.
8,000 in one shot, for all we know.
I don't know if he's like
Pigeon Joe.
like
He's my new
hitchhiking.
mascot for fantasy football.
Dude, he's gonna have to be Pigeon Joe.
He did an 11 days journey.
No marathon runner has
It's
anything
not
on
11
Pigeon
days.
Joe.
Oh, it's at a single moment. He did 11 trips in one.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean Jared just ran the freaking numbers. Anyways, right here. So here's the wildest
math's
part
there.
about it. Wildest part, Pigeon Joe, is that this is not the first time that an animal has been illegally transported to the beautiful country of Australia.
Poor
Now,
Australia.
Listen to this. Johnny Depp and his wife on their private jet flew from the United States,
Depp.
their two dogs, to wherever they were staying in Australia. They had to publicly apologize. It's a big deal. Australians are not happy about it.
You think they would? They are like known for like koala bears. Is that a good accent?
Good eye.
Koala bears.
Good eye, good eye,
They got
good eye.
kangaroos. They got toucans. I'm pretty sure. Like
I think they have some of the
they got
deadliest
everything.
snakes and spiders
That
in
is
the
where
world.
Nemo was filmed.
I honestly think
Nemo was filmed in Australia. They have a ton of animals.
500 billion tooth 400 wallaby wave Sydney, right?
That's probably where Johnny Depp was going.
I think
He
Australia.
wanted to go visit 42 Wallaby Way with his dogs. Go say
It's
what
exactly-
up to Marlin, Nemo,
and
Fin
Dory.
Slap. Come
Noggin.
home.
You know, Finn,
What
Noggin,
water.
dude.
Oh, Australia. Sorry about it. You guys you're known for animals.
I think if Australia was more concerned about the top 10 deadly snakes and spiders in the world, they wouldn't be too concerned about Pigeon Joe.
Pigeon Joe could go in, be freaking assassinating people and flying home in one shot. He can fly 8,000 miles at a time.
God, double agent, man.
He's a double agent.
Unbelievable. So, anyways, appreciate you guys talking about that. Just raising awareness for Pigeon Joe. Listeners in Australia, watch out. Anyways, so weekly, just quick, moving on. Weekly RIP to Joanne Rogers. As we all know, the wife of Mr. Rogers died at 92 this week. Just RIP to her. Now we're moving to this episode's segment of Jared's quick impressions, where we do a quick run through of things that happened.
So I
this
don't
week.
look over your monitor for this part.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And just
Turn that
Jared's just raw, quick impressions. Okay, here we go. Just quick, guys. Urban Meyer to coach for the Jaguars.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.
How many of these are sports?
A fair amount.
Okay. Just so everybody knows, I'm a very average sports fan of all sports, except for Supercross. I probably know the most about Supercross than any other sport. But as far as football, basketball, all that crap, I'm a guy who watches it on the weekends and enjoys a good game. So
Jared's
if you're
quick
mad at my reactions, sorry.
Go Jags.
Go Jags, because I didn't know who Urban Myers was.
Okay, go
Go
Jags.
Jags.
All right. Okay. Harden traded to Brooklyn for a number of other players to go.
That one's annoying. I don't know all the details about it, but like it's just another super team in the NBA. It's just annoying. I just feel like the playing field is not even, and I feel like James Harden was kind of a little beep. He was a little beep about it.
He's a bit.
He's a little bit. He's a little bit.
I get it. Wait a second.
So you know, whatever. I watched a lot of Snapchat news and was not a fan.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay. Browns beat the Steelers.
that was awesome. I like Cinderella stories, and the Browns, I wanted them to go all the way. But as we know this week, they got cut a little short.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I was sad about that. I was cheering for the Browns. I do like a good underdog.
Okay, fair point. Chase Claypool is a girl. Okay, Damian Lillard.
Was that a reaction?
Yes. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, best backcourt duo in the NBA.
No, nothing about it. But what team are they on? That sounds so familiar.
The Blazers.
Portland Trail Blazers. They're from Portland. I do know those names, actually.
Yeah. I mean, most people should.
Gozers.
Gozers. Okay. Gozers. Okay, quick reaction. My drip. Current drip.
Your outfit?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Thank you. I
Actually,
appreciate
that tie goes incredible. I've never looked at it until just now.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
Good reaction. Okay,
It's good.
now your drip. North Face drip.
Oh, it's standard. I wear a lot of North Face.
Okay.
It's a
Good
good
North Face.
brand. Comfy.
Okay.
Keeps you warm in the dry Utah winters.
That's a good point.
Okay, keep
Aaron
looking.
Rodgers for NFL MVP.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Tyreek Hill? Or the
Actually.
Derrick Henry? Like the running back for the Titans. They had... No. Eric Rodgers, no.
Okay.
Eric.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Next reaction. The margins on the Wendy's 4 for $4. Do you think they're making any money, or do you think that's a charitable move by Wendy's?
The bulk of chicken that those people have to be buying, they're making money.
Okay. That's fair.
But that's very generous of them. 4 for $4 is a good deal.
Okay.
But I don't know, because if you took $4 at McDonald's and got 4 McChickens, lined it up to the 4 for $4 from Wendy's, the 4 McChickens, that's a bigger meal to me.
Well, but see, this is a little bit of a tough argument, because sometimes you can go for a Dave's double stack in the Wendy's 4 for $4. Like substitute because you're getting nuts.
That's true.
But then beef, as we know, is more expensive than chicken.
Dude, Wendy's is just trying to rival the 4 McChicken combo that no one ever gets. But yeah. I think they're making money on it.
Okay.
There
That's
you go.
fair.
Final answer.
That's
They're
fair.
making money.
Okay. Good reaction. Okay. New skin dropped this week. New skin age lock boost. How do we feel about it?
I would have to run it by the president of New Skin, Adri.
Okay.
She's the only New Skin.
Adriana Ojuka, head of PR.
She's the head of PR.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only person I know anything about New Skin. I'm not a makeup user.
Okay.
But what is it?
It's essentially I think it honestly costs like $250 or $400, but it's essentially like a
Go take a bath.
like a it's essentially like a machine that like you put a lotion on it, like rubs it in your skin or something like that. They tell people that it works or something.
I've seen one of those. Yeah, I have a rag for like 30 cents, and you can just hot water that thing.
Yeah.
$400 though, sure.
I don't know. Some of those rich moms out there really need those 400. I mean, I don't think
Alpine doesn't look like an Alpine without new skin.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it helps people to know that it works with the higher price point, personally.
That's true.
Shout out to New Skin for that. I just use body soap, like my body soap that I use on my face.
Yeah. Call Adri if you have any questions.
Okay, sick. Okay, so that's done for the quick impressions, Jared. Thanks for doing that. Really appreciate it. Thanks for just grinding.
Anytime.
Next segment, we're gonna move into your favorite subject. We're gonna go round one reactions. Round one Supercross.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I was kind of pissed with round one.
Dude, a
lot of riders that I thought just did not do it for me personally.
Yeah, I feel that.
Cooper Webb being namely the biggest one.
He didn't do too hot either. Yeah, but I thought, I don't know. After watching qualify, so I was at the race. When you're in the stadium and you're watching their practices and their qualifying and the heat races and everything, you can kind of see some patterns happening. But yeah, Cooper Webb wasn't necessarily doing bad. He did get passed straight up by Zach Osborne in his heat race, and that was fun to watch. Good for Zacho. But I think Cooper just got a horrible start and then could not get through the pack like people thought he would. But a lot of riders were saying, like Tomac is also fell into this, that if you start so far back, that track was so narrow that racers were having a hard time using different lines to make passes. So like there's only 1 or 2, 3 spots you could really make passes unless you were just like balls out faster than the other guy. You couldn't just like pass him. So that was unfortunate. And this year with all the Supercross riders, they're all so fast. Like the top 1 through 15, maybe not that deep. 10 to 12. Maybe not.
I'd say 10 to 12.
Like they're all running pretty similar speeds. And so it is tough to pass on a track that isn't built for passing, if that makes sense. And that's what some of the riders were complaining about. So if some of your favorite riders did not get a good start, Tomac, Webb, those guys, Osborne, main event, when they fell back, they had a really hard time coming back through. So,
however, I was happy with Malcolm Stewart's 5th place finish.
Oh, dude, me too. I was elated. I think that was the best he's done, actually. I don't think he's ever broken top 5, but he matched his best first race of the season.
No, I thought I was really proud of him.
I was good for. Oh, yeah, I was pumped for him. This is a little fun fact for people who are watching on TV. Did not get to see this. Before each main event, they do track maintenance for the 250 and 450. And so they go with bulldozers and stuff, and you get what's called a sighting lap. And so the 450 riders, before the gate drop, on what you see on TV, they get to go around the track and just get a feel for what changed. They get 1 lap, go back, and gate drop. So for the 250 sighting lap, I was in the bathroom for this, but I heard the crowd. And then I came back and my brothers told me what happened. Apparently some guy who had never made it into a main event before was just like so stoked on his sighting lap through like this mega fat whip of his life over the like one of the jumps and ended up like seat bouncing and flipping off in his sighting lap, which no one crashes in their sighting lap. Like it's like you're supposed to be putting around just kind of looking. You're not like racing on your sighting lap. So this guy like totally crashes himself on his sighting lap, gets up, crowd's going nuts for him. Sounded pretty funny. Then the 450s come up. Chase Sexton, a rookie, comes out on like the 3rd turn. It was right in front of our section. He ends up like hitting a rut all weird, kind of funny, falls over, gets back up on his bike, somehow like side saddles it, grabs a handful of front brake, like Superman endos, like slow-mo, crashes, gets like all covered in mud, has to get back up, go line up on the gate for the main event, and it was his like rookie debut, and he just embarrassed himself. Like people were laughing so hard. I felt so bad for the guy, but it was pretty funny. Like
rookie debut, dude. I can only imagine.
Poor Chase Sexton. Jeez. You'll get him next time, buddy.
Dude. Wow. Well, in other news, shout out to Justin Barcia for the big win.
Barsha.
Whatever.
Fake fan.
Ken Roxon, blah, blah, blah. God, F these guys. Also, Dylan, the Frenchie.
Dylan Friend. He finished 7th?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that high up there. Good for him. It's his rookie debut, too, in the 450 class.
He's not my favorite.
He had a quiet night. No one talked about him. Didn't do anything crazy.
It's not
Finished
my favorite
seventh.
rider, to be honest with you. But that's also his rookie season, 450,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
He did good.
There's no way that guy's name is pronounced like that. That's unbelievable.
Barsha? Yeah, Justin Barsha. He's from, where's Rhode Island at? New York?
Rhode Island's its own state.
Oh, frick me, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think he's from
Here's
New
the-
York or somewhere over there.
All right. Well, like all those states over there, like barely exist anyway. So
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
totally.
Little smudges.
Oh, also, and then our personal favorite, Dean Wilson, coming in at 12th. Not his
Oh.
best race.
Yeah, but as sad as that is, that's kind of where he finishes.
That's tough.
I know.
That's
If
tough.
he breaks the top 10, that's like a really good night for him. But we love Dean. He's a great guy.
We love
Fan
Dean.
favorite.
Also, it's not like he had a bad night. He went home to a very beautiful girlfriend. How we doing?
How we doing?
Also, any other reactions from round one?
No, it was fun. It was wild. I love going to the races. Had a great time. And tomorrow night, Tuesday, it's Monday right now. Tomorrow night, round 2.
Okay,
It'll be fun.
round 2. Where's
Get
that at?
fantasy picks in. It's in Houston. So this
Houston
year they're
South.
doing 3 races at each location.
Okay,
So Tuesday will be at Houston, and so will Saturday, and then
Okay.
they'll move.
that's big time.
So yeah, Tuesday night.
All right, Tuesday night. Watch out for that one. NBC Sports. And then, okay, Jared. So I'd like to just let everybody know Jared went home to Arkansas for the break.
I
South, learned how to make some dope wings.
It's down there.
And I'd like Jared to talk you guys through it because it's some of the best I've had.
Basically, not much to it. One night I was like, dude, let's make wings. So we went to Walmart. Mom and dad, dude, shout out. $20 of wings on them. Went to Walmart, got 3 packs.
Cheers, Mom, for the money.
Thank you, Mom, for the money. So then we went and made wings. YouTubed. First recipe that popped up, clicked it. It was 4 minutes. I also picked a short one because I do not like watching long tutorials. Anyways, basically all you do, you chop up the wings, get them all nice. Then baking soda. This was the kicker. Apparently the baking soda balances something in the pH levels in the chicken skin that makes it crispy,
Unbelievable.
which I never knew because normally you just grill them. The skin's kind of sloppy on them. But when you go to like Buffalo Wild Wings, it's like that. It's like that nice crisp.
Yeah, no, you like you're sinking your teeth into it. You know,
Yeah,
it's not
it's like
a-
nice
Yeah.
bites. So anyway, so that's what it is. It's the baking soda.
Oh.
Not baking powder, baking soda.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so you do that, little flavoring, and then 4 minutes on 425, pull it out. Then you get a gallon bag, pour your sauce in it, toss it. Good to go, dude.
And then you just put it back on the sheet or what?
Yeah, and then I like to dump them back out on the sheet so you have a little buffet style. Eat
Mhm.
off the pan, for a big gathering, whatever you want. And yeah, it's a killer recipe. And like Buffalo Wings is making a killing. If you get 1 pack, you can make 24 wings for $8. Just remember that. Next time you
24
get-
wings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Probably
If
running at $40.
It's 24 wings because I had 12. It's probably around 30 or $40.
Oh my, dude! For that much, I can make you like 60, 70 wings.
Jared's Wing Shack opening up. Less money than Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's our slogan.
You might have to
Less
live
money
stream
than
the
Buffalo
game that you
Wild
want to
Wings.
watch.
Yeah, we'll have good Wi-Fi though.
Yeah, good Wi-Fi.
Good Wi-Fi, good wings.
Google Fiber, which actually
Google Fiber.
can suck it. But
Honestly, our Wi-Fi sucks.
okay, well, I appreciate it, Jared.
No problem, dude.
Now let's just. Let's move to the raffle, a bit of the mic thing here,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll be good to go.
Okay, so as many of you know, these mics are very expensive. We talked about it in our last episode. Some of our lovely watchers actually donated. We were very proud of it. And just so you know, the money did not go to waste. We're keeping one of these mics. And so what we decided to do is with every dollar that you donate to us at our Venmo, we'll put it on the screen, you get a name in the raffle. And what the raffle is, we're going to give you a 12-pack of your favorite soda and feature you on the next episode. So let me just read off our names. Did we write them down? We did. There were so many I couldn't memorize them. Literally. Thank you to Jonathan, Preston, Jay, JT, and Sloan for donating to us.
Mm-hmm.
So for every dollar you guys donated, we're going to put you guys in this raffle. Let me pull up this app. It's pretty sick, actually.
Also, a quick plug to everybody who didn't donate. Haters are gonna hate potatoes.
Yeah, we have this one friend who's on salary who lives in freaking California and
Didn't
probably
donate.
has stacks and did not donate.
Didn't donate.
So just why all of us
Pretty
hardworking
selfish.
college kids are
It's
donating, you're not.
I'm out here $100,000 in debt. He's on salary, debt free,
Debt free.
not donating. to
Frick
the
that
pod.
kid, not donating. Here we go.
Not to name
Tap to
names.
spin. Dude, it vibrates in my hand. Oh, Johnny.
Jonathan. Hey, congrats
Johnny.
to Jonathan. Big merch guy.
Big merch guy. Hit us
Wow.
with your favorite soda. We're going to hit you with a 12-pack and give you a little feature on the next episode.
Oh, 12-pack. For me, if that was me, 12-pack cream soda. Pa!
I'd probably go with Monsters. That's like $40 though. So don't ask for Monsters.
Don't ask for Monsters.
But thank you, Johnny. You're the winner for this week.
Appreciate the support.
And we love all you guys. We love all you guys who donated. It means a lot to us.
Kisses on the lips. Shout out to our Australian listeners.